Cloudy. That was Larry's first thought, although there were blue patches too. He turned his head to the side. Stones raked the back of his head. Shit! Ow! His voice came out as a bark. Oh, crap. Drunk and sleeping on the side of the road. What a dickhead. He tried rolling onto his side, but was barely able to move and felt like vomiting with the attempt. Fuck that, he said, feeling less mirthful with the pain. He turned his head the other way and saw a road disappearing past a rotting fence that continued on and wrapped around the side of a green, grassy hill. His surroundings appeared to be somewhat familiar, but he found it hard to grasp onto any one memory, and although that was likely due to last night's drinks, it was still disconcerting. In addition, he could now see that someone was lying right next to him and keeping just as still as him. The person's lower half was all he could see past his own fat belly, and he, deciding the person next to him was a he because of his style of clothing, was wearing a light blue jeans that had been torn around the knee to reveal a splattering of dried blood. Hey, you okay? Larry said. I can get you some help. Larry worked his hand toward his pocket and his phone. The guy's leg moved. Hey, you're going to be okay. I'm trying to get help. Just hold on. Larry kept reaching for his phone while also raising his head to try and see more of the guy, although with little success. He regretted last night now and the many Christmas lunches he had eaten before finally attending his own work's Christmas dinner. God, he was getting big. Fat bastard. Okay, diet starts tomorrow. He already had his stomach set for pizza tonight. Yeah, tomorrow then. Just as he reached the top edge of his phone in his pocket, a police car came around the bend, heading toward them. Larry sighed, let out a long, slow breath. Now they could help the guy lying next to him, and lend him a hand as well. The officer got out of the car, and a man in an orange high-vis and Santa hat followed behind. Their expressions showed that whatever had happened to the guy lying next to Larry, he was in serious trouble. Larry tried to look sober and professional, but I guessed he appeared as dopey as he felt. You all right? Can you talk? Larry listened for a reply from the unfortunate guy next to him, then decided to speak for him. He hasn't said anything, but he moved his leg. He's alive. I'm sure of that. The officer turned to the man in the orange high-vis standing a little behind him. Was there someone else? The man shook his head. The officer turned back to Larry. Sir, there's no one else around. Do you know what's going on? Larry rolled his eyes and explained what had happened from the moment he woke until now. The officer's face paled the more Larry spoke. The man behind the officer turned and faced the other way, his head in his hands. The officer came closer to Larry and said, Sir, you're alone. 2 hours ago, this gentleman behind me was driving his work van from a Christmas party when he lost control and collided with you along the roadside. Right now, his van is on the lower half of your body. I'm very sorry, but until the paramedics arrive, I won't be able to move you. Larry stared at the leg next to him, and this time recognized his footwear. That's your leg up next to you, sir. Everything else from your waist down is compacted underneath the metal frame of the van. There may be nothing we can do, even after the ambulance arrives. Paramedics said that when the van is lifted up from you, you'll be deceased in minutes. The cop took off his cap and wiped his forehead. The best idea is to leave the van where it is, so you can get anyone down here that you need to see. Sir, is there anyone I can call? Larry stared back up at the sky, which had now fully clouded over. He was fat, and he hated that it would be the last memories his wife and children would have of him before he took his final breath.
You've been listening to Roadside, written and performed by Matt Clarke, edited and directed by Noel Anderson from the Melbourne Writers Social Group Anthology.